Dear God, I think I've done this 8 times. Welcome back to LJ's Comic Borough. My name is Jay, and I want to say Happy New Comic Book Day. Today we're going to open up a box of new comic books, which is fucking fantastic. I'm always pretty excited when I get my new comic books here from Four Corners Comics down over here in Gettysburg. If you ever get a chance to come down here to Gettysburg or York, Pennsylvania, please check out Four Corners Comics there in Gettysburg, or Comics Connection down over here in New York. Two great owners willing to do whatever it takes to get whatever comic books that you want. Best thing about it is they use the Comic Hub app, which is a little app that lets me be able to pick out what covers I want, what comics I want, be able to cancel whatever comics that I want, and find out what comic books are coming out well before anybody else, which is one of the best things about it. Hell, that was the reason why I was able to get that thank you comic from Greg Capullo, Wolverine. I was pretty happy. I found out a week in advance before anybody else, and I was able to call him up right away. Able to pick that bad boy right up for my wife. She loved it, and like I said, check out that Comic Hub app. See if your comic book store will start using it. It's one of the best things I get to do. And after this, I'm also here to do a little advertisement. I'm also going to be able to have to use my CLZ app, which is a fantastic app to be able to keep me keep me straight in line to find out what books I already own, see what ones I actually have doubled, and it keeps me buying doubles of all my comics. Bam! Absolutely love New Comic Book Day from Four Corners. First thing I'm going to ask you to do is, if you like what you're watching, you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, put the little thumbs up, and leave a comment. The best thing about doing this show is to be able to have the conversations with all of my viewers, finding out what comic books they're actually reading, finding out what comic books they're collecting, see what they're up to, see what kind of movies that are coming out that are comic book related. Hell, even if you have an animal question, dear God, send it right over to me. I'd love to be able to hear what animals that you possibly had rescued, and see what's going on out there in the big wide world today. So let's break open this bad boy and, dear God, find out what the fuck I've been ordering for the last couple weeks. Now that I got the box open, with today's technology of pausing the video and be able to start recording when I wanted to, I actually get to see what I've been ordering here, and where all my money's been going to. I think that's all of them. If you ever get a chance when you come down here to this area, you ever go to Gettysburg, please go check out Four Corners Comics. They're an amazing comic book store. And if you ever come down here to York, please go check out Comics Connection. Both amazing owners willing to do whatever it takes to get you the book that you want, especially if they have it right there on the wall. They're willing to be patient with you and be able to pay for it. Like some of my books, I actually pay for it a little at a time just to make sure that I get it. They'll put it away for me, especially the bigger books. I've actually got a couple Spawn books sitting over in my box this time. I've been taking my time to be able to pay them off. I think I've 2 Spawn and a Thor from the 60s, so I'm pretty excited. Let's break open to this bad boy and see what my first bag has to bring. Pretty excited. Yeah. First book. Oh, this is the one that broke the bank. I ended up having to stop spending after I found out this was coming out. What If Volume 2 Omnibus. Pretty excited to break open this book and then able to start reading my What If comic books. This is one of those books I know my wife really wanted. So I'm pretty excited to finally get it in my hands. I think I ordered it about a year and a half ago, or a little over a year ago. I apologize. And I guess it was on back order for such a long time. I totally forgot I even ordered it after a while. Ooh. Bam. Mickey Mouse is Amazing Spider-Man 300. That one's definitely getting graded. CGC'd. I'd like to see. I know Todd McFarlane will never ever sign that copy, but dear God, if I can get it in his hands and say, please, please, I would love a signed copy of Todd McFarlane signing this bad boy up. But CGC is the only thing I think I'm going to end up having done. Love it. Sandman. Love my shiny book. Oh. Like I said, I love the shiny books. I don't care. Celebration of 20 years. Amazing, amazing book. Something epic. The Walking Dead cover. Oh. My daughter is a fan of the movie It. She actually, as for Halloween one year, dressed up as the clown. So when I saw this cover, I completely thought of her. Love it. Awesome, awesome cover. And that is, I think, Epic number 6. So I think the series is pretty close to the end on that one, or at least that major arc, and it's going to be going on to another. Been collecting my Avengers. This is issue number 6. So I get to finally get caught up with my Avengers comic books. Jed MacKay. I'm telling you, there's several writers right now writing for Marvel. If you can get a chance to read any of Jed MacKay's stuff, that's one of the writers that you need to go pick up. Unfortunately, you have the Donny Cates that just going through some major problems or issues or whatever, and he hasn't been writing. So Jed MacKay is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. So, get to rip open this little bad boy. Oh, you guys saw it before I did. Oh, my reader copy of Justice League versus Godzilla and King Kong. So, in my last episode, you guys saw my little shiny book that I picked up from Comics Connection. I do go back and forth when I go and order issues. I use Four Corners Comics a lot, especially when if possibly an issue that Comics Connection can't get. Plus, I'm really loyal. They have done a lot for me and my wife for picking up books since they used to do their online show on Facebook. So since then, that's when we actually discovered them. I've been very loyal to them, making sure that I always get something from them. And my reader copy of this is something from them. I will honestly, this is one of those books I've been looking forward to reading. My wife, Alice Ever After. She read a couple of the first issues, so she jumped on volume 2 right away. She hasn't been able to catch up with the rest of them, but hey, that didn't stop her from getting volume 2. All right, this is my John Romita. I do love John Romita. I love George Perez, but as a Amazing Spider-Man fan, when they started doing the John Romita covers, this is John Romita and Junior Jr. Awesome, awesome cover. Now, I'm not reading the Gang War. I really did get this for the dedication of John Romita. And I'm still hunting Amazing Spider-Man 50. So if you guys know of somebody that's selling a cheap motherfucking copy, you tell me about it. Just leave me a message. This book's for my wife, Halloween's Eve. She absolutely loves this character, especially since the character can change herself into anything just using the masks of people's faces. So, this is one of those Amazing Spider-Man characters she actually fell in love with. Plus, she's a huge Halloween fan. I mean, if I see another Jack Skeleton, dear God, I don't know what to do. I'll probably start screaming. we listen to the music, we watch the movies all around this time. So, all right, this is actually for my wife. This is Marvel's Unleashed, issue number 3. And yes, that is Lockjaw sleeping. Brings little memories back. That is, I had a ferret named Lockjaw, and that's who the show's named after. So this was actually the character that was the inspiration for that name. All right. There's certain books when they come out, when you're sitting there and you're like, that's going to be an amazing book, and you start reading basically what they talk about, you know, how people talk about this book after it came out. And this is one of those books. I ordered it well before any, you know, pretty much anybody else really picked it up. I actually had it ordered in June or July, so using the comic book app, I knew it was coming out. Some of my favorite writers. This is Dracula #1, Department of Truth writer, James Tynion, Martin Simmons. I'm super excited to see how this story goes. I know it's a story of Dracula. It's going to go the same way. The motherfucker is eventually either going to get caught or he's going to die. I mean, he's going to get caught and die, or he's going to make it away. So, but James Tynion, the fourth, is an amazing writer. So I'm looking forward to, especially since his Department of Truth hasn't come out in such a long time. I know it's been probably about 5-6 months since the last Department of Truth. So just getting something else from him, super, super stoked. Wow, I just talked about George Perez. So this is issue number 31, Amazing Spider-Man, the George Perez variant. Absolutely love George Perez's work. I know, being a Todd McFarlane fan, the webbing, the intricacy isn't the same. But dear God, you can just see George Perez's fucking artwork, and you're just like, wow. Plus, I love that dark black color underneath. He just drew Amazing Spider-Man like nobody else. Fantastic. Awesome. John Romita. Little ode to John Romita and Avengers #4. Like I said, I've got some Avengers to catch up on. I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Okay. I do remember ordering this. This is Conan #1, but this is the cover from, they actually used the cover from the movie. This is the Virgin variant foil of Conan #1. And yes, that is motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger on that cover. Fan-fucking-tastic. I absolutely love it. And it's a little shiny. I was pretty sad when Conan actually went back to Marvel and they didn't redo the license. I picked up the free comic book day for Conan. That artwork reminds me of the 70s version of that, and I had to at least pick up the first book. There was either one or two covers I was going to get. They had the whole world map, and they had this, and I was like, it's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. What the fuck? How can I not get that? It's shiny. Very shiny. All right, this is talk about Nightmare Before Christmas. This is my wife's Nightmare Before Christmas, issue number 5. She'll be happy to get that. Add that to her reading collection. And this is mine. Cindy Moon is Silk, issue number 4. John Romita. Oh, there. Beautiful artwork. The story is the story is amazing. I'm so glad I discovered Cindy Moon and Silk. The person writing this, she wrote the first volume. She wrote in the second volume. I think this is the third volume that's out right now. I don't know what else to say except there are certain writers that are meant to write certain stories, and she's definitely one of them. Right, this is to follow the story of Spider Boy. This is Spider-Man issue number 11, because I am following that story because I would like to see if this ends up being the new Miles Morales. I know a lot of people are putting a lot of doubt in this, but they're actually coming, since they're coming out with that Dan Slott, which came out actually would have been this week. Since Dan Slott started writing it, I'm going to tell you, there's a possibility this thing blows up and ends up being the second coming of Miles Morales. You're just going to see people jump on this bandwagon and looking for these issues. So, or I could be absolutely fucking wrong, and I'm sitting there one day just going, "This is worth firewood. This is worth firewood. This is worth firewood." One of the two is definitely going to end up happening to me. I do have the first appearance in the first cover appearance, and I also have the version cover appearance that came out. So, something epic. The Indiana Jones cover, beautiful. I actually was waiting to get all these before I start reading my Something Epic. So, since this finally came in, I finally actually get to read my Something Epic. And this is my wife's book. They did a small run on Groot. There's a little O to John Romita over there again. That is. I'm telling you, I couldn't find a better cover for that. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm a Howard Duck fan, so when I saw this come out, I had to get this. This is the 50 years of Howard the Duck, and yes, that is Magneto issue number 1, the Howard the Duck variant. That is fucking awesome. I mean, come on. For those that love Howard the Duck, this takes the cake. This is pretty fucking cool. My little Howard the Duck. This was from our wife. This is the Amazing Spider-Man Annual, issue number 1. George Perez, motherfucking Wolverine. Okay, out of all the characters, I'm going to say this is probably not my favorite George Perez cover. I might tell her she can hang on to this one. Yeah. I don't know if it's the slenderness of his face, but yeah. I never talk bad about Perez, but sorry, Perez, you lost me on this. You've done Wolverine so much better than this. So yeah, we'll hide that right there. We'll cover up We'll cover up his face with fucking Silk, issue number 3. I've got a lot of reading to do. I just got done reading a ton of motherfucking comic books this past day for new comic book day pickups, just so I can be able to talk about it and not sound like a giant fucking idiot. So, yeah, I've got a lot more reading to do. My wife's issue of Hallows Eve, issue number 5. So, look at this. My wife's issue of Scar, issue number 4. And yes, I don't understand Scar. I don't understand why she wanted to read this, but hey, it's her fucking books. She wanted to pay for it, so fuck it. There you go. So here, flip this because this will fall. All right. I am really excited to finally get my Danny Ketch Ghost Rider issue number 3. Awesome cover. Just met him at Just met him at Baltimore Comic Con. Couldn't have met a nicer guy. Mackie is amazing, amazing writer. He never should have been let go from the original the Volume 2 Ghost Rider, because that really did go to shit not long after he left. So, all right, Ched McKay's The Avengers, issue number 3. Bam! Look at that. Awesome. I've got a lot of reading to do. And issue number 1, Alice Never After. I love this cover. I picked this cover out for my wife. This is definitely not cover A, so I thought she absolutely would see this and go, "Bam, that is such an amazing cover." I know she's not going to say "bam," but when her eyes pop, it'll be like, "Bam!" Yeah. So, one more. And I know she's not going to watch the show, but some of her Christmas presents coming from Four Corners. I got a couple pops and everything coming from her. Plus, they had this awesome coloring book coming out. So, and they actually have the hard volume of Nightmare Before Christmas, the book. And that should be coming out very soon. So I can't wait to actually get those. All right, I'm going to take it. This is my Romita. This is my Romita cover of Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 34. That Romita work was awesome on Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, I feel the top three people that ever did Amazing Spider-Man good was you got your Steve Ditko, you got your John Romita, and Junior. You know something? If I'm grading it on what you do now, unfortunately, that thing looked like shit. You gotta put your Todd McFarlane. I mean, they're your top 3 in any order. You can't go wrong. But if you guys have an actual opinion on who you think the best Spider-Man, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear who you think the best Spider-Man artist is. Personally, they're my top 3. All right, The Avengers, issue number 5. I can't get enough of Jed MacKay because he is a fucking fantastic writer. So, and I've been reading what's been going on with this book. It seems like everybody seems to agree with me also. Oh, this is my wife's issue number 2 of Unleashed. The Rog sitting there dead center. Bam. Was his little piece of manure. Manure. Jesus. With his own little hammer. Let's just say that. So I'll say manure again. Manure. All right, this is issue number 3, Alice Never After. My wife will definitely be pretty excited to get those books out. I collect Epic Comics because eventually my whole collection will be gone. It will be going to my kids. The only thing of that I will be keeping is basically my trade paperbacks. So I am close to owning and collecting all the Amazing Spider-Man Epic collections. And here is my Epic collection that I have to add here to my comic books. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, when I go into a nursing home, this is what I'll be reading. I've got my reading material right away. I'll be sitting there going in my nursing home going, "Well, boys and girls, let's review issue number 2, Amazing Spider-Man." Yeah. So, the Silk, issue number 5. This is awesome. I love how they put her on basically a whole dreamscape each issue being completely different, but all having to do with the same damn thing, where they connected it. I'm telling you, they created an amazing character when they came up with Silk. All right, this is for my wife, and yes, this is the main Spider-Man. She does not like Amazing Spider-Man. She likes Miles. She doesn't like Amazing, but these Disney 100 What If covers, you got Daisy Duck as Ms. Marvel. Look at that. All right, so this is, I guess, the first cover appearance of Jackpot. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 31. I think this is the second printing, first cover appearance of Jackpot. That 300 homage from who I was talking about earlier, Mr. Tom McFarlane. Awesome cover. And here is, I thought, the most interesting cover of the two. So I picked this up. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 31. It's got that Vogue cover. Also, first cover appearance of Jackpot. Mary J. Watson. So, something epic. This is my Goonies cover. Each one of these, I'm going to tell you, each one of these is amazing covers. They're all done uniquely, all uniquely done. Some of them are Transformers. I mean, we've seen it. I think I've shown off several different kinds of colors. Indiana Jones, Goonies. If you're looking for something new, if you're looking for something different, something epic. I've read the first issue because I've already owned it. No, I actually have not. I've read the review of the first issue, and after that, that was the reason why I was like, yeah, I've got to jump on board. So, if you're looking for something new and something different, try something epic. Okay? I'm not going to go into detail about, what it's about, but I'm going to promise you, you won't be let down. Like I said, the covers are amazing, and I'm pretty sure nobody really picked up on this spectacular book. So I'm pretty sure there is back issues out there. I mean, when I went to the local comic book store, I saw some back issues still on the wall. So if you have a chance, pick up, at least try issue number 1. And I challenge you to actually put it down after and go, wow, this book isn't for me. I challenge you because I'm going to tell you right now. Once you read issue number 1, you're going to be like how I was after I read what that book was about. You're going to pick up look for issue 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So go down to your local comic book store, try out something epic. All right, this is one of the books I was looking forward to. I've heard so many good things about it. I put this in months ago when this was in the Comic Hub app. This is Raphael Grandpa, Batman Gargoyle Gotham. I've been looking forward to getting this book and adding it to my collection and reading the shit out of this. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. Every time I talk to people, they keep trying to tell me everything that's going on, and I keep telling them, shut the fuck up. I want to read this book. I'm so excited to finally get this in my collection. I can't wait to actually get into this book. This is for my wife. Now, I'm a Loki fan, but she actually wanted to collect this because we both watched Loki Volume 1 on Disney Plus. So when she saw this, she asked me to please add this to her collection. This is Alligator Loki issue number 1. Personally, I thought it was cute, but it wasn't one of those I was sitting there going, dear God, I hope I get. But that's my wife, not me. All right, this is another Disney cover. What If. This is the Edge of Spider-Verse. I actually think this is... I forget which Amazing Spider-Man issue this is. Look at this. Beautiful cover. Another Daisy Duck cover. Fan-fucking-tastic. There's no way. If Disney would have put this on any other book, she would have got this instead of Amazing Spider-Man. Sales for Amazing Spider-Man probably went double and triple putting these covers on there. They were very smart, especially since Wells was fucking floundering over that issue. Those first 26 issues were... I could barely get through them. They weren't that good. And now supposedly he's hitting home runs after that. I just refuse to jump back on his train. I'm going to stick where I'm at. You sold me Amazing Spider-Man versus a trash can. Fuck you, Wells. I'm done with you already. Until this came out, and I had to eat my words and pick these up for my wife. So, all right. This is Marvel Unleashed, issue number 1. The Ode to John Romita. With Lockjaw dead center. And the other Unleashed characters. Now this one I got for myself, because I am a huge Lockjaw fan. This is Unleashed issue number 1. An Unadjusted Lockjaw. This is the one I'm going to get graded. This is for my baby boy. Holy fuck. This is where I went wrong. This is the Ode to the John Romita cover. Moon Knight, City of the Dead. I can finally fucking start reading this damn thing. Issue number 2. I finally can go through it and finish it up. Fuck yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but unfortunately I've been stuck just staring at it. So, fucking yeah. Alright. This is issue number 2 of Alice Never After. This is for my beautiful wife. John Romita. Another Ode to John Romita in the corner there. Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, issue number 4. Whoever did the artwork for Mackey's stuff here. Fucking fantastic. I mean, definitely the person was meant to draw for Ghost Rider. Fucking phenomenal. And last but not least, I think a better drawing for this. This is Wolverine issue 36, the George Perez cover. So much better. So much better fucking Wolverine than that first issue. There you go. And that is my comic book box reveal. Holy shit. That's a lot of motherfucking comics, as you can tell. And this is me not picking up that What If book. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you like what you're watching and you like what you see, dear God, please subscribe. Leave a comment. I'd love to be able to hear from you. Like I said, this is the best part about doing the show, is be able to have that interaction between me and the people watching my show. I'd love to be able to hear about what you're reading, what you're not reading, what you'd rather not read, why you're not reading it. And if you're going to give an excuse, don't give it because you know that's girl power and stuff like that. Try the book out first and then say, okay, it's because of this. Really try the book out. At least I always say give one issue a try. If you don't like it after that, you can say whatever the fuck you want about it. So I'd love to be able to hear from you guys. And push that little thumbs up. That'd be awesome. And last but not least, if you guys are going to rescue, please make sure you do your homework. best thing you can do is be able to be completely aware of everything that can possibly go wrong with your pet when you actually get your pet. I made the mistake when I started doing ferrets. I didn't expect as many problems, issues, or whatever. And dear God, it's been a learning experience ever since then. Yes, my wife and I do everything that we can for our pets, but hell, we're still learning about things. So, from my family to your family, tune into the next week. We'll have local comic book day pickup. Hope you all have a great day. Happy new comic book day, everybody. And if I can